It is time for Premier's Picks, and Premier Brad Wall is with us. Premier, let me see, 2 for 4 last week. You're still in the lead, however.
By 1. You are breathing down my neck, right, Jamie?
No, I think I'm 2 back.
No, my stats. All right, we'll go with yours. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm gonna have to check back and see if my math is wrong.
Jamie, look, you're busy.
No, it's
trades going on.
Judicial recount.
Hockey. No, don't worry about it. You're fine.
Okay, I have it as 2, but we're ahead of the Gopher and Nickel.
You're right. We are ahead of those guys. Hey, so at the end of the game, I was lucky enough to be there. I'm having deja vu because I can tell you, as the defensive coordinator for the Stark and Marsh Chartered Accountant Vikings of the Swift Current Minor Football League.
Whoa, you're going to have to back up. Pardon?
Yeah, isn't that a great name? The Stark and Marsh Chartered Accountant Vikings.
Okay.
Of the Swift Current Minor Football League. I was the D coordinator, and we were in the championship game. And we have a great little kicker. His name is Johnny Younger. We called him Johnny Thunder. And it kind of got close to the end of the game, not overtime, but, that sort of feel to it. The game is tied. Same thing, just kick it into the, kick the field goal, and it'll probably go through the back because he had a big leg. I think we're in about the 25 or 30 or something like that. These are grade 8, grade 9 kids. So he misses, just barely misses it. Great kick, but misses it. And the other team, Swift Current Steelers, kick it out. And one of our guys grab it. And the play's over. It's now we are headed to overtime to determine the champion, the Bantam Championship for the Swift Current Minor Football League. Anyway, what happened is our quarterback kind of goes to the ref, a really good official that is a good friend of mine named Ken, and says, a good friend of everyone's at Swift Current, and says, what about no yards? And the ref was already all over it. He called the no yards penalty, and so that sort of moved us up, and we got to kick it. That's my question, fellas. So in overtime, they missed the no yards call, but that's fair, fair enough. Had they called it, though, after the kick out by Ottawa, is that the end of your, regardless, would that have been the end of the Riders' try at the overtime score, or was that a defensive penalty and the Riders get to try again to win the game?
They lost their possession when Ottawa kicked it back out, or when Ottawa got the ball.
Sense? Because the play, that's weird to me because the play's still going on, and if they get no yards on their punt, is that not a defensive penalty? And how can it end on anyway? But that is the ruling you're saying, Jamie. That would have been it. That's it, and then it's Ottawa's turn.
Yeah, the Riders didn't score on their possession, so they wouldn't have. That would have been like 3 possessions because Ottawa would have got a possession, and then Saskatchewan gets a possession back. So no, they don't allow that one.
Well, it all worked good. It worked out for the best, as did our game when Johnny Thunder put that last kick through and we won the game. But what a every possible thing that could have possibly happened in the CFL in terms of rule anomalies seemed to occur in that game. It was far too exciting, actually. But
so you didn't have to win on the Rouge.
No, we did not have to win on the Rouge.
Good.
I know, I'm glad for that. Yeah, for all the reasons that have been covered and discussed on.
I don't know if that's like kissing your cousin or not, but I don't know. Winning on a Rouge, I'd have an empty feeling after that.
I'm still in the getting rewarded for failure camp. Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Jamie Nye, Premier Brad Wall, is Gary Nichols here? Nickel?
I'm so happy that something finally happened where it doesn't fall on my head, where I get screwed over. It's about time Jamie Nye got a little taste of what it's like to be me.
What do you mean?
Well, you just lost yourself a little point there, didn't you? Thanks to the commish.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, well done, commish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you're still bitter about Daryl Puslowski being able to pick 4 for 4 for Premier Wall from week, what was that, week 10?
There's so much corruption in this contest. I don't even know where to start. I'm over it. I'm just hanging out now.
Do you know what's corrupt? Your picks are corrupt. What is going on? 1 for 4 last week. You picked Ottawa, Gary.
And should they not have won that game?
They didn't win. That's the point.
No, they shouldn't have won the game, actually.
When you're up as big as they were at halftime, you win that game. That was just embarrassing.
That's why you play 60 minutes of football or more.
That's true. Don't get me started on Calgary and Edmonton. That's just I don't know how that happened. It was just an ugly, ugly weekend all over. Bizarro football is what I like to call it.
The Gopher and I picked Hamilton in Montreal. I don't know why that was so tough to predict with some injuries in Calgary and Edmonton and a red-hot Hamilton. Well, I don't know.
On the Fan Zone, I talked about...
I picked Hamilton, but not Montreal, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you had Hamilton. Your other incorrect pick was you only had Calgary, and you also had the BC Lions over Toronto. I also had BC. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah,
but
it started out so good for me. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good week. I'm one for one. And then all of a sudden everything happened. The Eskimos blew it with their 2-point loss. And then the Owls come out and beat up the Stamps Farm Club, which I guess was expected. And then Ottawa blows it for me. It's classic Gary Pick'em stuff here, guys.
Gary, you sound somewhere between really bitter and very sad.
As we will,
all those things.
As we will get to the picks for Week 14 in the CFL, it starts Friday night. The early game is the Montreal Alouettes visiting the Ottawa Red Blacks. Gary, I'm going to start with you. Are you going to pick Ottawa?
They actually looked really good in that first half, and I saw a lot of potential there. But then you and your Montreal picks really messed me up. And as the Premier says, the more you talk about it, the worse it gets, and it's going to end up being a bad pick. So I've already lost, so I will take Montreal, hoping that you guys both will as well.
Premier Wall.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Alouettes here.
I'm also going with the Alouettes. The Gopher has the Red Blacks in this game, so he's the only one going with Ottawa. Saskatchewan, Edmonton on the second half of the doubleheader on Friday. I am going with the Edmonton Eskimos.
Jamie.
Premier Wall, what do you think?
Riders. That last drive, the second half, I think, showed us all that Sinceri can start.
Yeah.
He played well in BC, coming off the bench, struggled in Hamilton, and he's in his second game that he started, he won the game, and that last drive was pretty impressive. So I would be going with the Riders anyway, but I do so confidently.
Gary?
Gino time has arrived. I'm happy I called that on this very segment that he will take them to the Grey Cup. I'm all on Gino. I'm sorry, province of Saskatchewan. I'm taking the Riders. I apologize.
I'm sorry, province of Saskatchewan.
We all know how it turns out.
Gary's predictions are not very good when it comes to Rider games. So
I'm the exact opposite of Belton Johnson.
As we continue on with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, as they will be traveling to Winnipeg, and we're still not sure if it's Willie or Brome in Winnipeg, but Premier Wall, what do you got?
Ticats.
I also have Hamilton, as does the Gopher. The Gopher's going with Saskatchewan, clearly. Gary?
And is Brome, is he the guy who played in Arizona with the Cards for a little bit? I know there was another guy as well, but I thought he was or maybe it was a Louisville Cardinal.
Are you thinking about Max Hall? Max Hall played in Arizona.
I know he was a Cardinal. But Brome, he was a Louisville Cardinal, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking the Ticats, eh?
I don't know why that matters, but okay, go ahead.
Well, if he was an Arizona Cardinal, then I would be all over because I love the Cards. But Louisville.
They're in Kentucky, though. That'd be a bit of a difference. One would be in another league, and then the other one would be in Kentucky.
Are you going with Hamilton, or where are you going with this, Nickel?
Well, you know what? Let's hop on the Brome train and take the Bombers at home.
Okay, Bombers at home as we go to BC and Calgary. I don't even know what I'm picking yet. I'll be honest. I have no idea. Premier Wall, start us off.
Stampeders.
Calgary at home.
Although, Calgary at home, right? And Gary,
on the
Brome train. What? How does it
like that one?
Brome train.
Well, the train probably heads to BC. How many guys are back? Are all four of those big names back in Calgary?
No, not the quarterback, not the defensive lineman, but John Cornish is.
Is Marquet McDaniel back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions. Why not?
Marquet's out for a long time, I do believe. So you're going with the BC Lions.
You bet. I thought so, too. I just wanted to make sure. Because last week it didn't work out so well.
No, I haven't picked. I said you're going with the BC Lions.
I know.
I'm going to go with Calgary. You
guys find a lot to argue about, actually. It's kind of interesting.
You should see when we're together, when he's in Saskatoon and we hang out, we love each other so much. I hug him all the time and we high five. And then once we get on the radio, it's just arch nemesis.
For lunch at the McNuggets?
Gary has never taken me for lunch.
No.
Not once.
That's only for my special ladies in my life, Mr. Premier.
There's a big surprise.
That's the special treatment.
Wait, I thought Baconators were the special treatment.
No. You get one McNugget out of every 20-pack. That's how I date.
Do you at least share your fries?
No, don't
that
get
tells-
fries.
that explains so very much.
Hey, it's the good life, fellas. Come on.
Sure. Gary says I'll take the evening shift. I'll do sports, and sure, I'm not really doing anything.
Well, I'm going to redo the math to see
So
if I'm, in
lonely.
fact, actually one win behind Premier Wall or not, and we'll see where that
you're
Oh,
goes.
the commissioners are already decided. The hammer's dropped.
Don't Jamie? You're busy, and don't worry about it.
It's
It's
two.
two games.
Hey,
It's not
for
even-
once,
it's
I get a
such
vote in
small
this.
lead anyway.
2-1, Mr. Premier. You and I vetoing Mr. Nye. It's 2.
Right.
You have no
Yeah,
power in
we're
this,
good.
Gary. You have no
right. I
power.
can
This is
pretend.
the Premier's show, and I'm sad that I have to put a wrap on it because it's that time, and then Premier Wall back again next week to show us once again his picking prowess as he continues to lead the way on Premier's picks.
He's the best.
As once again, a shout out to the team in Swift Current.
The name you can't remember.
I can't remember
Stark
it.
and Marsh Vikings. And
I actually-
the Stark and Marsh Chartered Accountant Vikings.
There
I
you
still
go.
have my T-shirt you gave me, Mr. Premier, a couple years ago. I still have it, and I wear it to the gym.
It
a
needs
belly
to get on
shirt now.
Twitter. It needs to get on the Twitter. Come on, Gary.
Well, I'll get a picture, you bet.
All right. Okay.
There it is.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you very much, Premier Brad Wall, each and every week. Premier's picks as he continues to put the boots to the King and I here on the Green Zone on News Talk 980 CJME.